What if the greatest lie in history was hiding in plain sight, not locked away in a vault, not buried in some ancient scroll, but right there, carved into the stories we were told in school? The kind of lie so big it became invisible, so convenient it was never questioned, so powerful it shaped entire generations without them ever realizing it. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is about facts, twisted, truth, filtered, and history, rewritten. Because when we dig just a little deeper, we start to see cracks in the narrative, and what lies beneath might just change the way you see the world. You're taught to believe history is a record of facts, written down, preserved, and passed on through generations. But what if that record wasn't just incomplete, but deliberately designed to mislead? Think about it. History isn't written by the ones who lived it. It's written by the ones who survived it, won it, and most importantly, controlled it. Every textbook you've read, every date you memorized, every heroic tale and national triumph has gone through the hands of someone with a reason to shape the narrative. It's not always about lying outright. Sometimes it's about what they don't tell you, what they choose to leave out, what they quietly erase. Entire civilizations reduced to a footnote. Genius minds wiped from history because they didn't fit the story. Events rebranded, renamed, rewritten, until the truth became unrecognizable. And yet, we accept these stories. We recite them, repeat them, even celebrate them. Never stopping to ask, who decided this version was the truth? And more importantly, what were they trying to hide? Because behind every polished version of history, there's a darker, messier, more complicated story. And that's where we're headed next. Let's rewind to a city that once held the knowledge of the world. Alexandria, a place of light, learning, and discovery, long before the internet, long before printing presses, even before most modern nations existed. Inside its legendary library were over 400,000 scrolls, maybe more, records of medicine, astronomy, mathematics, ancient technologies, and even civilizations that existed long before ancient Greece. Imagine what we lost. Cures we never rediscovered. Inventions centuries ahead of their time. Maps of places that no longer exist. Languages now lost forever. And here's the part no one talks about. No one actually knows how it was destroyed. Some say Julius Caesar's troops burned it down by accident. Others blame religious extremists who saw the knowledge as a threat. Some think it was slowly dismantled, piece by piece, over generations, until nothing was left. But what if it wasn't destroyed at all? What if the most important parts were taken, not burned, hidden, smuggled, protected, or suppressed, depending on who you ask? Think about this. Why does no single account tell the full story? Why did the most advanced knowledge center in human history just disappear? We're told it was a tragic loss, a random accident, history moving on. But the timing, the people involved, the silence that followed, it doesn't feel like an accident. It feels like someone wanted us to forg. Here's where it gets strange. For an event so monumental, the loss of humanity's greatest knowledge center, there's an eerie silence in the records that follow. No detailed eyewitness accounts, no official decrees, not even mass mourning from the scholars of the time. It's almost like history decided to move on without a second thought. But knowledge like that doesn't just vanish. It's not like burning a library today and where copies exist everywhere. Back then, if one scroll burned, that knowledge was gone forever, unless someone saved it. And according to some lesser-known sources, someone did. Whispers of select scrolls being hidden away, moved across deserts, oceans, and empires, rumors of secret societies that formed to protect them. And then there's the pattern. Suddenly, knowledge that was supposedly lost begins to resurface, centuries later. Advanced star charts in ancient China, unexplainable architecture in South America, medical techniques documented in places that had never met. Coincidence? Or signs that pieces of Alexandria's wisdom survived? And here's the twist that keeps historians up at night. What if the knowledge wasn't just about medicine or astronomy, but about who we really are, where we come from, and what we're truly capable of? Because when history gets erased, it's not just facts that disappear, it's identity, it's power, and maybe that's why someone wanted it gone. So, what really happened to the Library of Alexandria? There's no single answer. Instead, there are theories, some widely accepted, others more controversial. Theory 1. The accidental destruction. Many historians believe Julius Caesar's siege of Alexandria in 48 BCE led to a massive fire that unintentionally destroyed the library. But here's the catch. Some accounts say the fire only burned the ships in the harbor, not the library itself. So, was it really the library that went up in flames, or was it spared for a time? Theory 2. Religious or political purge. Others argue the destruction was deliberate. As Christianity rose to power, some claim early Christians destroyed the library because its knowledge conflicted with their beliefs. Similarly, political leaders might have seen the knowledge as a threat, something to control or erase to maintain power. Theory 3. Gradual decline and neglect. The library might not have been destroyed in one dramatic event, but slowly dismantled over centuries. Wars, economic decline, and neglect could have caused scrolls to be lost or decayed. In this view, it's a tragedy of time, not a grand conspiracy. Theory 4. Secret preservation and transmission. Then there's the most intriguing theory, that some knowledge was secretly preserved and passed down. Groups like the Hermeticists, Gnostics, or even unknown secret societies may have hidden precious scrolls to protect them from destruction. Some say these texts influenced later civilizations and secret teachings, explaining sudden bursts of knowledge or unexplained advancements in unexpected places. What if the truth lies somewhere in between? Could it be a mix of accident, intentional destruction, neglect, and secret preservation? And what does that mean for our understanding of history? Because if knowledge was hidden, what else are we missing today? And who decides which stories get told and which get buried forever? The story of the Library of Alexandria isn't just ancient history. It's a powerful reminder for us today. Think about how much knowledge we have access to now. With the internet, digital libraries, and global communication, information flows faster and wider than ever before. But what if we're still losing knowledge? Not through fire or war, but through neglect, censorship, or control. Just like the scrolls of Alexandria, some truths today are hidden. Some ideas are erased from textbooks, ignored by mainstream media, or buried under misinformation. Who decides what knowledge is allowed and what gets forgotten? Who controls the stories we hear? The power to shape history is the power to shape society, to control what we believe about ourselves and the world. And that power is still being wielded today in ways both obvious and subtle. So when we remember the loss of Alexandria, it's not just about what was destroyed centuries ago. It's a warning to question, to seek, to protect knowledge and truth wherever we find it. Because the next great library, the next treasure trove of ideas, might be right at our fingertips. But only if we fight to keep it safe from being lost, forgotten, or silenced. So, What can we really take away from the story of the Library of Alexandria? We don't have all the answers. The truth is tangled in mystery, lost records, and competing stories. But here's what's clear. The loss wasn't just about scrolls or books. It was about losing a part of our identity, a connection to knowledge that shaped who we are. And history shows us this isn't a one-time event. Knowledge can be lost, truth can be hidden, power can control the story. The Library of Alexandria reminds us to be curious, to question what we're told, and to seek out the stories beneath the surface. Because sometimes, the real story isn't the one written in textbooks. It's the one waiting to be discovered by those willing to look deeper. So what do you think? Was it just an accident? Or something more deliberate? The truth might be closer than we realize, if only we're brave enough to find it. History is more than dates and facts. It's a story shaped by those who tell it. If there's one thing the Library of Alexandria teaches us, it's this. Knowledge is fragile, and it's up to us to protect it. So next time you read something, hear a story, or learn a fact, ask yourself, what's the full story? If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries history tried to hide. And drop a comment below. What's a story you think needs to be uncovered? Thanks for watching, and remember, the search for truth never ends. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next one. Bye for now.